Welcome to another episode of Gone Again, and today I'm going to be making a sheath for a Hudson Bay axe. Stick around. Well, last week Linda and I were out walking in the woods in the national forest, and I saw this axe handle sticking up kind of in a bushy area. It was about maybe 50 feet away, and I was thinking, gee, is that an axe handle? And it was, and I went and pulled it out, and it had the head on it. The handle's all broken and had a couple nails in the end, and to help hold the end on, and it was all rusty. It had been laying there for quite a while. So I took it home, cleaned it up, got the rust off of it, had to reshape the pommel here because it was all peened over from bashing rocks or who knows what. It was all peened over, so I ground that all off. And had deep pits in the edge. So I went ahead and cleaned those all up and put a nice new edge on it. And now today I want to make a leather sheath for it to protect it while I'm hauling it around in my car. You know, when I found this thing, the first thing I thought about was the poor person who lost it. I understand it was all split up here in the head and this was all rusty and everything, but first thing I thought about was the poor person who lost it. It was probably some kid out gathering firewood or something. And I hope he didn't get in too much trouble when his dad found out he left the axe in the woods. I've left things behind too, like a brand new 100-foot length of paracord. Don't buy camouflage. Buy the bright orange paracord so you see it and take it with you. We had strung it up to put a tarp up, and drove away and realized the next day we'd left it behind. Brand new, first time I used it. Left the ridge pole from a Kelty tent in Iowa. Luckily we were able to buy something at a sporting goods store to take its place. Just didn't see it laying in the grass when we were putting the tent away. But hate leaving things behind, but it happens. But in this case, it might have saved somebody's life having this thing left behind because, like I say, it was all split up here with big chunks missing out of the side of the old handle. And like I mentioned, it had a couple nails in the top to hold the head on. The head was really loose, and I think it was about this far away from killing somebody. Swing that axe and have that head go flying? Not good. So maybe it was just Providence. Anyways, we'll make a sheath for it. There's a lot of videos on making axe sheaths, so I'm not going to spend too much time on design or anything like that. I do want to show you how I do my rivets. I think they're kind of unique, and I think you'll like to see that. Let's get on with it. One thing I really like to do to finish my leather sheaths and whatnot is I use copper rivets and a copper washer. I'm going to show you how I do these. They're really easy to do. Just showing you a knife sheath that I did earlier. I know everybody want to see what kind of knife is in here, so there it is. It's made by Real Steel, and the steel is 14C28N. It's a Swedish steel, I think. This is a pretty nice knife, though. There you go. Here's another form of those rivets. This is a sheep shear knife, small one. This is a real small set of shears, but this is brass rod, and then on the other side it's peened over with a stainless steel washer underneath. And just so you know, I beveled the hole in the metal here a little bit after I drilled it, so the head of the rivet would lay a little lower, but it's really smooth. These are the copper nails I use. They're ring shank nails. And then there's also these copper washers. Now I just get these at the Ace Hardware. Just got to kind of plan for the head size. Well, this is embarrassing. I lost the original footage when I was putting the rivets in the axe sheath, so now I've put together a scrap of leather just so I can show you how the riveting is, and then we'll get back to the rest of that video. After you've punched your holes, I talked about positioning the head or the holes to allow for the head, because the heads are wide on the rivet, so you need to make sure that it's set back far enough so the head of the rivet doesn't go over the edge of your leather, that's all. Then put the copper rivet on, and then take your wire cutters or a pair of side cutters like this and snap this off so it's about, you leave about 1/8 of an inch above the rivet. Kind of like that. There we go. Watch you don't, when you cut that, it doesn't pop up and hit you in the eye. And then this is a ball peen hammer. We know it's a ball peen hammer, but what the heck is the ball peen for? Well, this is what it's for. Just light taps on the end. We'll scroll it in here a little bit. Light taps on the end, and you go around the outside of the rivet. Watch. And you mushroom it over. So it looks like that. And when the peening action draws the rivet up tight. Let me see if you get the reflection on here in such a way that you can see that it pulled the head down into the leather. See there? I'll do one more here. the rivet on top. Gauge about 1/8 of an inch here. Doesn't have to be exact. About like that. Then just drive the very edges down until there's no sharp edge left standing to cut your finger on. Like right here, I need to drive that down just a little further. Just by hitting it on the very outside. And when you're all done, grab some 600 grit sandpaper, 400, 600, something like that. And just sand it smooth. And then you can polish it with a little metal polish if you like. Or, let me show you the other way. If you have the luxury of a buffing wheel, it only takes a few seconds and you can skip the sanding part. Anyways, I like the looks of these a lot better. Kind of gives a homemade look, kind of a old-time look to whatever sheath you're making. And they're real simple to do and cheap. Well, that's how that turned out. Anyways, thanks for coming along. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe if you would, please. And I'll see you around next time. Bye.